it's Sam, and today I'm coming to you from a little lower on my shelves. So I'm going to be doing a little bit different of a TBR for you guys, as you can probably tell from the title. I don't usually do TBRs, but this is a special circumstance and a situation where I won't be able to just go into my room and pick up whatever books I want. The reason I don't do TBRs is because I'm such a mood reader that I just switch around and don't really stick to a TBR, but in this situation I'm going to be taking these books with me, so I kind of have to stick to these. So first off, I want to say thank you again to the people who sent me messages on Twitter when I said some things on there about medical difficulties that I was having probably a week ago whenever this is going up. I'm pre-filming this, obviously. But I want to thank all of you for all those well wishes and good vibes. I really appreciate it. For those of you that don't know and that don't follow me on Twitter, I've been going through some medical testing and such, and we have come to the conclusion that I do need surgery for this particular situation, and I'm going to be having surgery on Tuesday, September 22nd. I'm not sure when this is going up, so it could be that day or before. I'm not sure when I'm putting it up exactly. So surgery is obviously a very anxiety-producing thing. I've never had surgery before, besides having my wisdom teeth removed, which is very minor, and I'm going to be having a hospital stay as well following the surgery, so it is something that needs to be done. It's something that needs to be taken out. It's not cancerous or anything. It's nothing like that. It is just something that is causing me a lot of pain, which is why I am sitting down, and I cannot film for huge lengths of time, so I'm going to be taking breaks between cuts and stuff like that. But I wanted to get this up for you guys before surgery and everything. I wanted to let you guys know because I consider you guys my friends, and we all talk on a regular basis and through comments or Twitter or fellow creators and stuff, so I just wanted to give you guys a bit of a heads up because I do consider you guys my friends, and I tell my friends stuff like this, so I wanted to let you guys know. Also, I didn't want you guys to think that I was ignoring you or anything. I know a lot of us correspond through either comments or Twitter or Tumblr, and I want to make sure that if I wasn't responding to things that you guys didn't think that I was ignoring you or getting too big for my britches or whatever, it's probably because I am in recovery. But there's also a good chance that during recovery I will be all over social media and stuff like Tumblr or whatever. So if you guys are willing to send me, you know, memes or Tumblr messages or Twitter messages or whatever and correspond with me while I'm just kind of hanging out in a hospital room, that would be awesome too. But again, I'm not sure how my recovery is going to be, if I'm going to be sleeping a ton or not or whatever. I don't know how long or how hard it's going to be while I'm actually in the hospital. Again, this is not a pity thing or anything. I don't want you guys to pity me or feel sorry for me or anything like that. I just wanted to let you guys know as my friends, and I really appreciate all of the good vibes you guys have been sending me so far, so thank you all so much. I am going to be doing a surgery TBR. These are the books I'm going to be bringing with me to the hospital. Again, I'm overpacking like a ton. There's way too many books. But I just don't want to feel like I don't have anything to read, or I don't want to be not in the mood for certain books and not have anything. So I'm bringing a ton of books to choose from. I'm not sure how much I'm going to get through. Again, it'll matter how long I'm going to be there and everything. But we will see. I just want to be able to have enough books. You know that like fear you have of if you're going on vacation or you're going somewhere for anything, for any reason, you're not sure how many books to bring because you're like, what if I read a lot and I run out of books? And I have the opportunity to potentially be reading a ton. So I'm bringing a ton of books to potentially read, and I wanted to show you guys the things that I might potentially be reading both in the hospital and then when I do come home, because there will be some kind of recovery period while I'm home as well. So these are the books I'm kind of planning on reading sooner rather than later, potentially, hopefully, all that jazz. There's also a very good chance that I could just be on Netflix the whole time watching, like, Grey's Anatomy, because, of course, I'd be wanting to watch Grey's Anatomy now. Perfect setting for it, right? So there's a very good chance I'll be watching just like Grey's Anatomy or something, but I'm bringing a lot of books and hoping to get a lot of reading done because, as you guys know, with school and work, I don't have a ton of time for reading, so this is time where I don't really have to do anything else, so getting some reading done would be awesome. I've rambled enough, let's get on to the books that I'm bringing. So I'm going in with kind of a game plan, kind of not. One of the things is I'm going to be bringing a big book that is typically very daunting for me because I don't have a lot of time to read, but I'm thinking that I can finally dive into this book. I've been wanting to read it for so long, and I've actually already started it. And that is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. I got this for Christmas last year, and I've been wanting to read it, but it is a huge book, and it's just kind of daunting to me, and I want to be able to have time to kind of sit with it. So I'm bringing this one along, hoping to get a lot of it read. If I need to take breaks, I have these other books that I'm bringing to take breaks with, but I'm hoping to get a lot of this read, or at least some of it started, so that it won't be as daunting now reading it because I have a ton of time to read it. The next one I'm very excited about, and that is First and Then by Emma Mills. This is an ARC, and it is going to be released in October. This was sent to me by Macmillan. I requested this for review, so thank you so much, Macmillan. This is described as Friday Night Lights meets Pride and Prejudice, and it's kind of short, and it's just everything I want for this kind of experience. I want a lot of really cute and fluffy contemporaries. That's what I'm bringing a lot of, because they're just easy, quick to get through, I can accomplish a lot and feel like I'm getting a lot done, and they're fluffy and nice, and I've just been really obsessed with Pride and Prejudice like I always am. I just watched the 2005 version of Pride and Prejudice the other day, so yeah, I really just need this in my life, and I'm very excited to have this one and see how it is. The next one I'm bringing is Confess by Colleen Hoover. This is a new adult book. A lot of you guys know about Colleen Hoover, obviously. She is very compulsively readable. Again, a kind of shorter book, so again, I can feel kind of accomplished reading some romance, fluffiness, whatever. I know this will probably be full of angst because that's just kind of Colleen Hoover's style, but again, something that's going to be very readable, can kind of fly through, and really feel like I've gotten something accomplished. The next book that I'm bringing is Codename Verity by Elizabeth Veen. This is a historical fiction taking place in World War II, I believe, and it follows two female characters, and they are really good friends apparently. I think there's one primary character that it follows, but there's a really strong female friendship in here. And again, it's a shorter read. It's one I've been wanting to read forever and ever. I've had this book on my shelf, I think, for over a year, so this is the perfect time to get it read, and I like reading historical fiction in the fall, and it's getting kind of cooler, so perfect timing. I then have Ice Like Fire by Sara Raasch. This is the second book in the Snow Like Ashes trilogy. I really love the first book, and I was sent this for review because I requested it from HarperCollins, so thank you so much, HarperCollins, again. But this is one that it's a known commodity. I want to read it. It's the sequel to a book that I'm very highly anticipating, so if I feel like a fantasy, this might be one of them that I pick up. I then have Amor by Krista and Becca Ritchie, and this is a new adult that takes place in a circus setting, and I hear that it is compulsively readable, very addictive, and you just fly through it, so again, perfect for this kind of situation. Then I'm bringing Under the Lights by Dahlia Adler. This is one that I've wanted to read for some time. I follow Dahlia on Twitter, and I absolutely adore her. She's a really big advocate for basically everything, like LGBTQ plus fiction, any kind of diversity, anything. She's awesome, so I really wanted to read this one for some time. And there is a romance between two ladies in here, so I'm very interested to pick this one up. Again, it's short. I'm really kind of focusing, besides the Goldfinch, I'm focusing a lot of shorter books so that I can kind of dip in and out of the Goldfinch and then take breaks with these kind of shorter books and ones that are a little bit fluffier and lighter and stuff. That's kind of my goal, because hospitals, I don't feel, are very fluffy and light, so I'm trying to make sure that my mood gets boosted with some of these cuter reads. On that same note is Everything Leads to You by Nina Lacour. This is another LGBTQ plus novel, and it is surrounding a girl who isn't lesbian. She has been out for some time, and she is a set person, so she works on like Hollywood sets and stuff, and she is experiencing everything in Hollywood and her job and everything, and then she ends up meeting this girl, I believe, and it kind of is her and their like love story and stuff. So I am very interested in this. I've heard lots of wonderful things about this, and again, a cute and fluffy read that I'm very interested in and have wanted to read for some time. On that same note, like I said, it's a lot of fluffy contemporary, is P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. This is the second book in the To All the Boys I Loved Before duology. I read To All the Boys I Loved Before the beginning of the year, I believe, like March or April, and I want to read this one before I forget stuff from that one. And again, it's light and fluffy and very readable. It fits the bill. These next two are a little bit different, but they're ones that are super, super high on my TBR, and I really want to read in general. So again, this is the perfect time. I want to bring them just in case I can get to them. I really want to read them. They're like the highest books in my TBR right now. The first one is The Grace Keepers by Christi Logan. This is supposed to be a beautiful, haunting, atmospheric adult novel, and it is about a circus that travels around in kind of a world where a lot of the world is submerged, and I don't know a ton about it. I've actually kept myself very spoiler-free since reading the synopsis the first time I've ever heard about it. I haven't watched any videos on it. I just knew I wanted to read it from that first experience, and I haven't really heard anything about it or read anything about it since. Like, I just want to go in completely blind. I hear it's beautiful and atmospheric and wonderfully written, and that's all I need to know. And I want to read it as soon as possible. And again, it's shorter. I'm sure it's like very immersive, but it is a shorter book, so perfect for this, and I just really want to read this book, so it's kind of the perfect time. And the next one I'm still not sure of, but it is very, very high on my TBR, and that is Uprooted by Naomi Novik. This one I was going to buddy read with Aria of Book Geek Movie Freak, so I'm going to get in touch with her and see if she's willing to buddy read this throughout the week sometime, and if she is, then I will take this with me, but if not, I'll wait for her. I want to buddy read it with her. That was our plan. But if she is able to buddy read it with me, then I would love to have this available potentially to read. It's just one that's the highest. Between this one and The Grace Keepers, those are the two highest books on my TBR right now. I've wanted to read them since I got them. I just haven't had the time yet, and now is the perfect time. So I might be bringing this one. It's calling to me. I want to read it. So that is my incredibly large and incredibly unlikely TBR, especially if I'm focusing on the Goldfinch. I'm not sure how many other books I'm going to get read. I'm just bringing a lot of selection. I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have, or if I'm going to be really sleepy or not. And again, these books are going to carry over into when I come home and stuff, because I just feel like reading these light and fluffy things and getting a lot of books read, and it's just really perfect timing. So comment down below, let me know if there's any books that you feel I should read first, or that you feel are particularly fluffy and wonderful, or just wonderful in general. I know the Goldfinch is very well loved, but I wouldn't necessarily call it fluffy. So comment down below, let me know what you think I should read first. And again, thank you all for all of your love and support. I really appreciate it. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye!